What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Cleveland Pulse YouTube channel. I am your host, Justin Harlan, and with me, as always, my co-host, Jeff Santa. Today, we are bringing you the Week 10 matchup for your Cleveland Browns against the New England Patriots at Foxborough. Your Browns 5-4 against the New England Patriots, who are also 5-4 in the AFC in a very tight, open conference. And so, with that being said, Jeff, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Week 10 already. Seems like it was just mini camp. It was just
Yeah.
OTAs. So this season's flying by. And if you are familiar with what happened at the Thursday night game, the division, per the usual, it seems like at this point of the year, is wide open. So good news.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of good things going on for the Browns right now. Hopefully, that'll stay the case after Sunday. But the Ravens taking a nice little L to the Dolphins of all teams, and so the Browns in a wide open division in a wide open conference look to move to 6-4 against a very quality New England Patriots team, a very obviously well coached New England Patriots team with rookie quarterback Mac Jones, who has been the longest starter of all rookie quarterbacks. A lot to kind of digest with this team. Obviously, we have the injury report, which as of right now, everyone has practiced except for Tack McKinley. So he might be questionable / out for the game, and everyone else should be pretty good to go as far as we're concerned. A lot to look into this game. Jeff, what are your initial thoughts with the Patriots?
My initial thoughts is that Nick Chubb is being potentially out could be a huge issue. It does sound like there's murmurings that he could go Sunday. He has not been ruled out yet. So there's some speculation behind the scenes that he may have had a negative today, I think is really what the assumption is. But that's going to be a huge blow. I think that you look at the Dearness Johnson performance on Thursday Night Football, and you are optimistic that he can replicate that. But we're on the road. It's a different beast. And without Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, that makes Bill Belichick's job easier than it already is. I think that he understands that regardless of who's the running backs, if you take them away, that's your game plan against us. If you limit our running backs to under 100 yards rushing, you're going to have a good chance to win the ball game. So that is what I'm taking away right at the top.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, when it's not Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt and it's just Dearness Johnson, you can get away with having a really good offensive line against most teams and being able to run the ball still very efficiently. But you might not get those big 70-yard runs like you did with Nick Chubb last week with Dearness Johnson. Hopefully, like Jeff said, Nick will be able to play. It'll be a nice little tandem again between those two. I like how you can almost insert anyone with Nick and, expect them to do a good enough job as the second down back or the second back coming onto the field. So hopefully that's all good. But with that being said, obviously we still have a pretty healthy team for the most part. Obviously right tackle Jack Conklin's still out. But on the other hand, this week we get rookie linebacker JOK back, which I'm super excited about. Glad to have him back on the field. Couldn't have come at a better time with New England being this week's matchup, and then in a couple of weeks having to play against Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. So, Jeff, what do you think about the health issues on the defensive side of the ball?
I think it's good for sure to have Joke slated to make his return. I think the injuries are a really big part of this game. They have both of their running backs are dealing with concussion protocol things this week, I believe. Damian Harris and the other guy, I think his last name is Stevenson. So a lot of their offense is predicated through the run. I believe we're pretty similar teams. I think this is probably the most similar and, equivalent team that we might have played all year long. Maybe outside of a team like Cincinnati, kind of how they were earlier in the year with their run pass balance. But Mac Jones, he's not there to blow the doors off you, but he's probably not going to lose them the game. So if we give them more chances to make sure that he could make a mistake, that's going to ultimately be what our defense is going to be good for this Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, a nice little report that I saw, and we both saw it, was the man coverage for the Browns DBs when they play man coverage against a team like the Patriots, who I don't think they have a clear, like burner or number one wide receiver between all their guys. Obviously, Jacoby Myers and the tight ends that they brought in are very good players, and Nelson Aguilar can do some good things, and Kendrick Bourne can do some good things. But all around, I think this would be a really good game to play the majority of the defense in man coverage and allow Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, AJ Green, Troy Hill and Greedy Williams to play man coverage against a lot of these kind of just more system wide receivers, I guess I'd call them. I don't know if that's a thing, but just let that happen for us offensively or defensively. And then flipping to our side on offense, obviously, with Nick Chubb being out, obviously we're still going to run the ball. That's our identity and everything, but need to get back to letting Baker kind of just do his thing in terms of what he did last week. More importantly, honestly, is just, staying in the pocket, staying comfortable against a good defense and trying not to make too many mistakes. Obviously, they've accumulated a ton of interceptions this year. I believe 13 total interceptions with one of their cornerbacks, JC Jackson, with 5 total. So got to be smart. Got to be smart against Bill Belichick. It's going to be more of a head coaching battle than maybe a team to team battle kind of thing.
Totally agree. I think that the head coaching is big in this game. I do give the complete nod to the Patriots, believe it or not. It's Bill Belichick and they're at home. So that's a big thing for me to watch out for. I think that you could make the argument that our roster is most definitely more talented. If Nick Chubb's not out there, he's a big part of your talent on the offensive side of the football. But just looking at games in Gillette Stadium, 2019, we lost to them. 2013, we lost to them. 2007, we've lost to them. 2003, we lost to them. 2001, we lost to them. We have not won a game at New England since the 90s. So I don't say that as, the past events are dictating the future, because I think this is probably the best team we've had since the 90s playing the Patriots. But I think it's going to be an uphill battle. And without Chubb, it's going to be even worse.
Yeah, obviously something that we'll have to keep an eye on. But what do you think some of the keys are to this game and, the key players to watch in this game on both sides of, both teams?
The key players for me is going to be our defensive line. The Patriots have a sneakily well put together offensive line. Not a lot of big names that you would know off the top of your head, but per Pro Football Focus, all grade very highly. They have Isaiah Wynn at a 71 grade. They have Ted Karras at a 69.4 grade. David Andrews, their center, is playing good football this year. And then their right tackle has an 87.8 offensive blocking grade in total. So it's, we talked about it before we started the broadcast. It's a good system for Mac Jones, and Bill Belichick knew what he was doing, going out and getting him, spending a boatload of money in free agency. And if we can't get pressure, we've seen in past games this season that if we can't get pressure, it don't really matter who we're playing. They are going to probably score on us. Even when we couldn't get a whole lot of pressure on Tyrod Taylor in the Texans game, he was doing good things in that first half. So getting the pressure is the name of the game for me this Sunday.
Yeah, hopefully we continue to blitz like we have been blitzing, maybe do it a little bit more with the rookie quarterback. Obviously, we were able to rattle Justin Fields, so hopefully we continue the streak of, doing well against rookie quarterbacks, making Mac Jones go 0-2 for rookies against us. Jeff, for me, honestly, it's going to be Baker Mayfield again. Obviously, for him to come off of what he did in Cincinnati, where he just played efficient football, I think he made a lot of good decisions. And like you said, stayed in the pocket for the first time that we've seen in a long time. Hang in there, let the ball loose, and kind of just sling it a little bit. I feel like with Nick Chubb potentially not being there, you could see a little bit more of that happening. And then defensively, I just got done watching Building the Browns, so I'm really high and hoping on Greg Newsome to get an interception this week. So it's been a minute since well, he hasn't had one this year. He came up with one, and I believe they called it out of bounds or they called a flag on it. But I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing him play well against, some normal wide receivers and just kind of continue to do the thing that he's been doing and be locked down. So, Jeff, anything else?
I don't think so. Predictions? Do we think we could call a good prediction this week?
Oh man,
Because
it's
we were
tough.
wrong last week. Nobody
We were
had
very wrong
41-16 last weekend.
We were very wrong last week. I don't even think we put it into the 30s last week. So,
Right.
man, it's tough. Again, like this team, hopefully we've turned the corner finally, and the defense continues to do what they do. You sent me a stat, I believe we've kept teams under 20 points for the past 3 games.
Yep.
So hopefully that continues to be a huge note. And when you do that, obviously, a team with our offensive talent and such, we should be winning those games when our defense holds them under to 20. So I'm going to go with 17 Patriots and 28 Browns.
Okay, so we both had this as wins in our preseason.
Mm-hmm.
And well, we thought our records were going to be a little bit better than they are.
Very
but
true.
Here's the thing for me, because I'm going to go out on a limb here. If Chubb does not play, I think we're going to lose. Sadly, I think it's going to be a close game, however you slice it up. But not having Chubb back there, like I said, just makes Bill's job that much easier. They're going to have the coaching edge. They're probably going to have the play calling edge to an extent. Now, if there's some of their running backs are hurt, if they don't have Damian Harris and we don't have Nick Chubb, it's probably a little bit more even, just because I think the more Mac Jones throws the ball is probably not good for them. And I think, we saw 22 attempts from Baker last week. I'd like to keep it at that. But if Dearness is the only running back that's reliable, I think we're probably going to have to throw 30 to 35 times. And I'm not sure how that works out on the road. So without Nick Chubb, I'm going to say we lose 24-20. And with Nick Chubb, I'm going to say we win 24-17. But defense, hopefully the defense plays good again. And if they score less than 20 points, you should be winning the ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. So with that all being said, if you guys made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you very much. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We're at 310, I believe. So doing great there. Looking to get to 400, 350, all that. So hit the bell notification, leave a like, leave a comment on your expectations for this game, what you're looking forward to, what you're looking to see out of certain players, and what you think about New England in general. And with that being said, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.